The markets are closed, but the business stories are just heating up. Hello, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Catch up with us on Business Brief. Asian stock markets tumble Friday, heading for steep weekly losses as a global tech sell-off deepens amid valuation concerns, while renewed U.S.-China tensions continue to rattle investors. Only China's Shanghai Composite is in positive territory, while the rest of the region's major indices are in the red. In the currency market, the U.S. dollar strengthens against the Japanese yen and the South Korean won, but holds steady against the Hong Kong dollar, the Singapore dollar, and the Thai baht. The Australian dollar is also little changed against the greenback. In commodities, gold rises almost 0.3%, while oil prices are mixed. In cryptocurrencies, both Bitcoin and Ethereum gain more than 1%. The Bangko Sentral reports strong growth and stability in the country's banking sector for the first half of the year. Bank assets rise 7.7% to 28.2 trillion pesos, driven by stable deposits and solid liquidity. Profits increased 4.1% to 198.1 billion pesos, reflecting careful risk management. Governor Eli Romolona says the sector is well-positioned to innovate and support inclusive growth. The BSP continues to strengthen banking through digital initiatives, anti-money laundering efforts, and enhanced cyber resilience. These measures aim to keep the financial system robust and responsive to the needs of Filipinos. The economy slows to 4% due to weak spending and delayed projects. Exports remain strong, but it cannot offset the slowdown. In an interview on BNC's Business 360, Philexport President Sergio Ortiz-Luis calls government support on the export sector mere lip service. He laments small exporters struggle with limited budget, and some are closing and leaving their group.
We were all shocked at the gravity of this corruption. So we are hoping that many of this budget that is lost in this may go to the sector where we feel it should, no? And among others, I think it should go to export as investment because we have not been investing in export, and to the SMEs. To both sector, government has been playing lip service for the last several years, no? And that is why it's understandable that we are being left behind by our neighbors.
Yeah.
Our budget for export is practically nothing. We're still growing a little. Unfortunately, growing a little means we're all being left behind.
Typhoon Tino or Kalmeji is leaving a trail of destruction across the Visayas and Mindanao. The National Disaster Council reports at least 188 people dead and 135 still missing. Cebu bears the brunt of the tragedy, with most of the casualties there. Nearly 2.25 million people are affected, and thousands remain in evacuation centers. More than 9,000 homes are damaged, including hundreds destroyed. Tino has now moved out of the Philippine area of responsibility, but a new threat is on the horizon. Tropical cyclone Uwan, which is intensifying into a severe tropical storm and has the potential to become a super typhoon this weekend. It's official, Maynilad is now a publicly listed company with one of the biggest IPOs ever to be done in the local stock market. Paolo Barcelon joins us on the line for the details. Hi, Paolo. This is one of the most anticipated and largest IPOs in the country. Tell us more about Maynilad's debut.
Great remarks there, and you're right. Many people have been excited for this IPO, but let's check on the last traded prices so far. As of 3:30 this afternoon, the last traded price for Maynilad stocks is at 14 pesos and 98 or 14.98 per share. That is just down 0.02% off of its 15 peso price. Still a very good day so far for its debut. Maynilad's IPO raised over 34 billion pesos, majority of which came from foreign investors such as the Asian Development Bank and the IFC, amounting to over 18.4 billion pesos. Proceeds of the said IPO will fund Maynilad's capital expenditure requirements as well as other corporate purposes. When asked about the possibility of acquiring the troubled prime water firm of the Villar family, Maynilad President Ramoncito Fernandez says it's not off the table, and they are capable enough of servicing other areas and local governments so long as they request it and it is within Maynilad's franchise zones. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. joined company executives at the opening bell of trading today, where he called the listing a sign of the Philippines remaining open for business amid local and global headwinds.
So truly, Maynilad's public listing signals what I have been telling the world, that the Philippines is open, ready, and eager to do business with you as we face the many challenges ahead. From climate change to the rebuilding of public trust, may this day remind us that reform is built on work done with honesty.
For his part, Maynilad Chairman and ultra-Bilyonaryo Manuel V. Pangilinan said that the listing is the pinnacle of the MVP Group's leadership of the water utility, which currently serves over 1.6 million customers in its concession zone.
So from an ailing water utility, Maynilad is now a world-class water and wastewater services provider. This has enabled us today to open our doors wider to a new set of investors, both local and international. But this listing is not just about franchise compliance, nor is it simply about capital raising. It is above all a commitment to continue delivering an essential service to our people with excellence and integrity.
Aside from the IFC and the ADB, among the cornerstone investors are the United Kingdom's Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office through its Mobilis program, BDO Capital, BBI Asset Management, Metrobank's Trust Banking Group, and Security Bank's Trust and Asset Management Group. Mai.
Thank you for that report, Paolo Barcelon. The Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI, has imposed a 60-day nationwide freeze on prices for basic necessities. This follows President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s declaration of a state of national calamity. The measure responds to the damage from Typhoon Tino and the potential impacts of Super Typhoon Uwan. The DTI says it is working with manufacturers and retailers to ensure supplies remain steady. All regional and provincial offices are on alert to enforce the freeze. The Philippines' farm output rose nearly 3% in the third quarter. The Statistics Authority says strong crops and poultry production offset declines in livestock and fisheries. Total agricultural value reached about 409 billion pesos, reversing last year's slump. Rice harvests and poultry posted double-digit growth, while livestock and fishery output slipped. Agriculture Secretary Francisco Tiu Laurel says the sector is on the right track, recovering from last year's El Nino and typhoon damage. Officials caution, though, that African swine fever and weak fisheries remain key challenges. We're taking a short break. More stories are coming up next. You're watching Business Brief. Back on Business Brief, Philippine conglomerates are expected to invest about $28 billion or 1.65 trillion pesos in renewable energy over the next decade. S&P Global Ratings says this is part of a $185 billion investment wave across the Philippines and Vietnam. The report notes that local firms fund much of their spending through cash flow rather than debt, showing stronger financial discipline than regional peers. By 2030, Ayala, San Miguel, Aboitiz, JG Summit, and SM Investments could account for 40 to 50% of the country's renewable energy capacity. The Government Service Insurance System, or GSIS, is offering emergency loans for victims of Typhoon Tino and the anticipated Typhoon Juan. Active members and pensioners can borrow up to 40,000 pesos, with new applicants eligible for 20,000 pesos. Loans carry 6% annual interest and are payable over 36 months, deducted from salaries or pensions. Applicants must be in active service or eligible pensioners with low, long overdue loans or pending cases. The program is open nationwide until February 7th, 2026. As Corporation reports a consolidated net income of 1.8 billion pesos for the first 9 months of 2025. In a disclosure, the company said this was 78% lower than the same period last year. As explained, the decline was mainly due to non-recurring items. Prince William is calling on world leaders to seize the moment in fighting climate change. He urged them not to waste the opportunity presented at the upcoming COP23 or COP30 summit in Brazil. The Prince of Wales warned that the planet is nearing critical tipping points, saying no corner of the world will be spared. Prince William is representing his father, King Charles, at the summit.
Let us build a future where nature is valued and where every child inherits a world of prosperity, not peril. Let us rise to this moment with the clarity that history demands of us. Let us be the generation that turns the tide, not for applause, but for the quiet gratitude of those yet to be born. This here at COP30 is our moment. Let us not waste it. Our children and grandchildren are watching and hoping. Obrigado.
Philippine Savings Bank, or PS Bank, the thrift banking arm of the Metrobank Group, reports a net income of 2.85 billion pesos as of end September. The bank said net interest income rose 8% year-on-year to 9.85 billion pesos. It attributed the growth to sustained loan demand from both consumer and SME segments. RL Commercial REIT Incorporated, or RCR, the country's largest real estate investment trust in terms of geographical reach, reports unaudited revenues of 7.66 billion pesos for the first 9 months of 2025. The company said this was boosted by a 30% increase from the same period last year. The growth was driven by the infusion of 9 lifestyle malls into its portfolio and a strong occupancy rate of 96%. We're taking another breather, a look at how Philippine shares did today when we return. Stay tuned. Tech billionaire Elon Musk gets an early Christmas bonus. Shareholders have approved a pay package worth $878 billion for Musk over the next decade. They're also supporting his vision of transforming the EV maker into an AI and robotics juggernaut. Shares of Tesla rose about 2% in after-hours trading. Sotheby's Geneva is set to unveil a rare pink diamond known as the glowing rose. The precious jewel is expected to fetch up to $20 million at auction. The 10.08 carat cushion-cut gem is one of only 3 vivid pink diamonds of its size to appear on the market in the past decade. It is cut from a 21 carat rough diamond mined in Angola last year. Also going under the hammer, a Rolex wristwatch worn by British swimmer Mercedes Gleitze during her historic 1927 Vindication swim. The gold timepiece, valued at more than $1.3 million, marked a turning point in waterproof watch design. Adding to the sales star pieces, a diamond brooch once owned by Napoleon Bonaparte is expected to sell for up to $250,000 or about 14.5 million pesos. Philippine shares drop after the country's economy slows to 4%. The PSEI closed over 1% lower at 57.59, making it the second worst performer in Asia. Majority of the sectoral indices ended in the reds, with property falling the most at more than 3%. Decliners outnumbered advancers 117-72, with value turnover reaching 14.2 billion pesos. Majority of the day's most active stocks were in the red, with SM Prime Holdings falling the most at 5%. In the currency market, the peso is currently trading at 59.04 against the US dollar, weaker from the previous close of 58.94. That's a wrap for today's Business Brief. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Join us again next week as we bring you the stories that help you plan your next big, bold moves in business. Only here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel.